I'm Gabby, and on this episode of TV Talk, we're going to do a rapid recap of Legion. Even though it's only 8 episodes, a lot happens. So I'm going to shoot for 5 minutes, and we'll see how close we get. Timer ready?
Yep.
Alright, let's do this. We first meet David Haller while he is being interrogated by government officials from an organization called Division 3. These officials believe that David may be the most powerful mutant ever discovered, but David explains that he was diagnosed with schizophrenia, therefore not a mutant, he's just crazy. We flash back 6 years to when David was admitted to Clockwork's psychiatric hospital after attempting to commit suicide. There he meets Sid Barrett, a young woman who refuses to be touched. And they eventually start dating, and it's very sweet. Sid is soon discharged from Clockworks, and David breaks her no-touching rule in order to give her a kiss goodbye. This causes their bodies to switch. Sid is overwhelmed by the experience, which includes images of the grotesque devil with yellow eyes, and loses control of David's innate powers, radically changing the structure of the hospital and killing David's friend Lenny. The pair soon switch back into their original bodies, and David goes looking for Sid. He is captured by Division 3, bringing us back to the opening scene, but is soon rescued by Sid and 2 other mutants. They bring him to Summerland, a facility run by a mutant named Melanie, who wants to help David master his abilities. With the aid of Tommy, David explores his traumatic childhood memories in order to understand that his illness is really just his powers manifesting. One of the memories centers around a book called The World's Angriest Boy in the World, in which the title character murders his mother, and yes, this is a children's book. Repeated hallucinations of Lenny warn David not to trust the people of Summerland, although David blows her off. Later, David accidentally astral projects his mind to Clockworks, where he sees his sister Amy being kidnapped by Division 3. He wants to rush off and save her, but Sid convinces him to stay in Summerland to master his powers. David continues to explore his memories along with Tommy and Melanie, but his own mind works against them, pushing everyone out of his mind and teleporting them into an entirely different room. He then again loses his control of his powers and astral projects both him and Sid to where Amy is being interrogated by Division 3. One of her interrogators is a fellow mutant named the Eye, who sees David and Sid's projections before they can return to their bodies. David agrees to be sedated so that Melanie, Tommy, and Sid can explore his mind freely without him unconsciously fighting back. However, this does not work, and the world's angriest boy in the world chases the 3 out of David's head, but not before they discover that some of David's memories are false, and he has a very skewed perception of what has actually happened to him in the past. David is not waking up from the sedative, so Sid, Tommy, and a warrior woman named Carrie find David's ex-girlfriend in order to find out the truth behind David's false memories. They learn that David never had a friend named Lenny. Instead, his friend was named Benny and was a male as opposed to a female. The trio then goes to talk to David's former psychologist, but he's actually the Eye in disguise. They are captured by Division 3 and the Eye. While all this is happening, David's mind is trapped on the astral plane, where he meets Oliver, Melanie's missing husband. David escapes with help from a manifestation of Lenny and rescues his friends from the Eye. However, Carrie is shot in the escape. Everyone goes back to Summerland, and Warrior Carrie is healed by Scientist Carrie. Very, very similar names, I know, stick with me. David is far more confident after returning from the astral plane and appears to have mastered his powers. He creates a room within the astral plane in which he and Sid can touch each other without her powers interfering and switching their bodies. David then leaves Summerland to rescue Amy. The rest of the team follow him and learn to their horror that David had murdered essentially everyone in Division 3 in his quest to rescue Amy. Scientist Carrie discovers that David has been taken over by Parasitic Force, the devil with yellow eyes who has been making appearances throughout the series, who has haunted David all his life. The possessed David takes Amy to their childhood home, where we learn that David was adopted. Lenny enters the physical realm through David's mind, revealing that she is the devil with yellow eyes and that she has control over David's body. The Summerland team, followed by the Eye, race to David's childhood home. The Eye shoots at David, and Sid yells at David to take them to their astral room. There, Lenny attacks Sid until David wills the entire group into a shared hallucination where everyone is a patient at Clockwork with Lenny acting as their psychologist. Sid is the only one that is aware that something is not right with their new surroundings, and Lenny confronts her and puts her into a coma. Scientist Carrie is visited by Oliver, who removes him from the hallucination. Oliver then leads Melanie to the physical room where their physical bodies are. Time appears to have slowed to a crawl, but the bullets are still slowly but surely moving towards David and Sid. Lenny tells David that she knew his biological father, who is heavily implied to be Professor Charles Xavier of X-Men fame. She then locks David away into a corner of his mind and assumes full control. Oliver explains to Scientist Carrie that Lenny is simply another form of Amal Farak, also known as the Shadow King, who is an incredibly powerful and old mutant. Scientist Carrie explains that his physical body holds a device that he invented that may be able to temporarily give David back control of his own body. Scientist Carrie wakes Sid and asks her to help Warrior Carrie, while he, Oliver, and Melanie attempt to affect the physical world in order to get the device onto David's head so that it may work, locking the Shadow King away in David's mind. The Shadow King attacks Sid, Warrior Carrie, and the Eye, killing the Eye in a very, very gruesome, horrific way. Scientist Carrie gets the device onto David before the Shadow King is able to kill anyone else, and he is locked away into a small portion of David's mind. Everyone returns to their physical bodies, David catches the bullets, everything is happy. And so everyone, including Oliver, returns to Summerland, where they are attacked by the remaining Division 3 soldiers, led by Clark, David's interrogator from the first episode. David easily takes care of the soldiers and takes Clark hostage. The Shadow King, however, is slowly regaining strength and is threatening to take over David's body again. Oliver and Scientist Carrie attempt to extract him from David's mind, but the Shadow King takes the opportunity to talk to Sid, warning her that David will not survive the process. Sid, in a desperate attempt to save David's life, kisses David, transferring the Shadow King into her own body. The Shadow King then jumps into Warrior Carrie's body, where she fights off everyone until David is able to forcibly eject him out of her body. Unfortunately, the Shadow King sneaks into Oliver's body instead, and the pair of them leave Summerland. Clark agrees to work with the mutants in order to stop the Shadow King, since he is seen as the much larger threat. The season ends after the credits have rolled, with David becoming miniaturized and trapped in this spherical drone-like device, and that is our cliffhanger.
7 minutes, 43 seconds. Close.
I felt like that was longer. So yeah, that's like a lot of stuff happened. I actually did cut a lot with David's dog and more with his ex-girlfriend. So yeah, it's a lot. It's really fun. It's very, very crazy. Anyway, Legion returns on April 3rd on FX. It's a lot of fun. Check it out if you have not already. And also check out William Mary TV on all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you know the drill. Bye!